Sipping my dog, nigga gon' trip it out with me, don't leave it far. Sipping my dog, nigga, my dog, so we gon' get money to kill. You fuckin' with Charlie, you fucking the house, and fuckin' with bustin' kill. She get wild, you feelin' nigga, we very show the kill. I just feel up, ain't no. I just do every day. Sipping my dog, nigga, my dog, so we gon' get money to kill. You fuckin' with Charlie, you fucking the house, and fuckin' with bustin' kill. She get wild, you feelin' nigga, we very show the kill. I just feel up, ain't no. I just do every day.
Jeez! Yo. Jeez, Rizwan's asking me what's the track called. The track is called Forever by Tory Lanez. Fire track. Listen, guys, be ready to get started right now. It's 9 p.m. I'm not going to waste a single second of every single person's time on this call. I respect all of you guys for hopping on time, for being punctual, and really just being ready to kind of get started and elevate, right? But if you guys are ready to elevate in all different areas, right? Drop a 777 in the chat box right now because we got some fire prepared. I know Shams, I know Montel are about to come with some serious fire that's going to help every single person elevate, especially when it comes down to trading and business, right? I'm going to speak about a topic that's really not necessarily directly related to business, but it helps in all areas of life. It's something that I've kind of been learning lately, and it's something that has really helped me kind of think about things differently as well, right? And before I even do that, because I know that there's quite a few people on the call who don't know who I am, so I'm going to actually go ahead and introduce myself. My name's Shay. I actually got started in iMarkets Live just over 2 years ago now, right? There was various reasons that I got started, but one of the biggest things, because I don't want to speak about myself too much, but one of the biggest reasons that I got started was simply because I didn't want to kind of live a lifestyle that most people were living. I didn't want to live that kind of average lifestyle where people were struggling, where people were broke, people had no time, people were unhappy with what they were doing. I was like, you know what? I want to do something different. I want to be able to have the lifestyle where I'm seeing other people have, where they're able to go to different countries around the world, where they're able to do what they want to do when they want to do it, where they're able to do literally whatever they want, and they're able to help people, they're able to impact lives, they're able to retire their family. And I realized that that's the lifestyle that I wanted to select. But I realized that the typical path of kind of what I was doing, like following the typical jobs, all of that kind of stuff, I realized that it wasn't going to get me there. I realized that I had to do something different. Long story short, got into iMarkets Live. My boy Yasin introduced me. In fact, at the time, I didn't even know him like that. I just reached out to him through social media. He showed me the business. He showed me everything. And literally the rest is history. Now iMarkets Live is honestly a blessing. And it's not only just about the fact that you're able to learn the skill set of trading and you're able to make all this money. Help people with. There aren't many things that you can actually genuinely be like, cool, you know what? I'm going to actually be able to help people, and I'm actually going to be able to make money also doing so, right? So those are kind of two big things for me that really I love about iMarkets Live. But as I said, I'm not here, has been on my mind for kind of the past few days. That's really going to help you guys elevate as well. Pretty much it's about the fact of, you know what? But before I even dive into it, I'm going to kind of speak about it in a little bit of a story type sense, right? Not necessarily a story, but I'm sure we can all agree here, right, that every single living thing requires food in order to strive, requires food in order to live, right? Whether that be people, whether that be animals, whether that be bacteria, whatever it is, it requires food. It requires some kind of food to actually give them the energy to actually strive and excel, right? The craziest thing about it is that, cool, we think that the only way that we can get food is by eating. We think that the only way we can get nourished by drinking, or like drinking water or drinking drinks or whatever drink it is, or food or whatever. But the reality of it is that food isn't the only thing that nourishes you, and it's not the only thing that you actually need to actually get that nourishment to actually go to the next level. And what do I mean by this? I mean the fact that you can get nourishment through the other 5 senses as well, right? Whether that be through what you're smelling, whether that be through what you're seeing, all of these different kind of stuff, they're nourishing you, or they're actually nourishing the things that you don't want, like they're nourishing negative energy. And what do I mean by that? I mean the fact that what you're speaking and what you're listening to, what you're hearing, what you're choosing to take in, these are different things that are actually either gonna, like, they're gonna do one of two things, right? They're either gonna nourish you, they're either gonna nourish the positive energies, they're either gonna nourish the love in you, the compassion in you, the excitement in you, the joy in you, or they're actually going to act as toxins, and they're still gonna nourish because it's still gonna give you food, but they're gonna nourish the anger inside of you. They're gonna nourish the frustration, the hate, the frustration, all of these different kind of attributes that you really do not want to have, right? And when I say this, I mean this, right? We really have to start being careful of the things that we're actually saying, right? And I want every single person to understand this. The things that you're saying right now, right? Even if you might think, oh, like if I say this, it's not doing anything. Like so many times we say things that are impacting our lives in such a high level, and we just don't realize it simply because we don't take the time out to actually become mindful of what we're saying. And what do I mean by that? When you're saying things like, oh, I don't know, I'm struggling with this, or oh, I don't know, I hate this, or this person, that regardless of what it is, if it's about you or if it's about someone else, I know obviously we all speak about make sure that you're saying positive things about yourself, but even in general, like whatever you're saying, just make sure you're saying positive things in terms of don't even try to speak negatively about people. Don't even try to speak negatively about things. Don't even try to do any kind of thing that is speaking negatively as much as possible, simply because when you're doing that, right, remember, everything that you're saying, you're feeding some kind of energy, you're feeding something inside of you. And when you're doing that, you're actually feeding anger, you're feeding the hatred, you're feeding all of these kind of negative emotions. I just need to make sure everyone's muted. But look, yeah, you're feeding all of these kind of negative emotions, right? But on the flip side, when you're speaking about positive things, when you're speaking about things that are feeding the love and compassion inside of you, that's going to help you elevate, not only just in terms of business, not only just in terms of trading, in all areas of your life. It's going to allow you to be a happier person in all areas. Like if you look at people like Montel, and if you look at people like Shams, I don't think I've ever heard these guys speak a bad word about any single person. Like literally, I don't think I've ever heard these guys speak even negativity about, oh, like this is hard, blah, blah, blah. Like for real, and it's crazy because it's like, that's why you're seeing them crushing the business. That's why you're seeing them always excited. That's why you're seeing them always energetic. Why? Because of the things that they're actually speaking. And not only does that do good things for yourself, but it does good things for the people around you, because when you're speaking love and compassion, when you're speaking positive vibrations, when you're speaking about these things that are helping other people uplift themselves and just positive things in general, guess what? It helps other people kind of go next level as well. Why? It's because it's not only about what you're saying, it's also about what you're taking in. So that applies for you as well. What you're listening to, what people are saying to you, you got to realize that when people are saying things to you, that's like, oh man, yo, did you see this guy? Oh, like this guy, that guy, that. Or, oh man, like this business is so hard. Oh, trading so hard. Oh, this guy left IML. Oh man, this guy did. Or anything that's negative. Like these are some examples that are coming into my mind right now. But realize that these things, you don't realize it right now because it's playing on your subconscious mind, but these things are having a massive toll on the way that your business is operating. And if you think about it like this, just think about it. The reality of it is that, let's say, for example, you look at a conversation that you have on a day-to-day basis. If you're feeling like you're struggling in your business, if you're feeling like you're struggling in trading, if you're feeling like you're struggling in life, most likely than not, if you were to really be honest with yourself and you were to think about the conversation that you're having on a day-to-day basis, you'll realize that either number one, you're speaking negativity a lot. You're speaking about problems. You're not speaking about solutions. Like it's one thing that, this is a side note, but it's one thing to complain, and it's another thing to actually look for solutions. Because don't get it twisted. Let's say, for example, you're struggling with something. Always be willing to reach out and ask for help and stuff. Say, listen, I'm struggling with this. How can I excel? How can I change this? Like, don't be that person thinking, oh, I can't speak about anything that I'm struggling with. No, speak about those things, but speak about them with an attempt to look for a solution. The difference is when you're complaining, and complaining is such a negative attribute to have, right? Because when you're complaining, you're not doing anything progressive. You're not allowing yourself to grow in any single way. Why? It's because you're not looking for a solution. You're just saying, oh man, this is happening. Full stop. No comment saying this is happening, but I want to do this. This is happening, but how can I excel? And that's one thing that every single person should really start to apply for real. Because when you can stop complaining, and you can start, number two, when you can start accepting responsibility for every single thing, that's when you're able to stop complaining. But that's a kind of whole different conversation for a whole nother day, to be honest with you. But understand that, as I was saying, that these words that you're speaking, they're having that effect on you. Also the words that you're taking in, but let's be real, you can't always control the things that you're hearing. Because let's say, for example, you're at work and you're in a negative environment where every single person is complaining all the time. You can't necessarily tell them, yo, like stop talking or something like that, because you just might not be in that situation. You might have not been able to leave your job yet or something like that, right? Cool, that's perfectly fine. But what you do have to do is you have to be mindful. Because the reality of it is that there's always going to be toxins going around. There's always going to be toxins flowing around that may kind of come into contact with you, but you got to be mindful of what you're actually allowing in. Because an analogy that I heard, right, I was listening to an audio, right, an analogy that I heard was this. They were speaking about a cow, right? And they were speaking about a cow that has a skin disease, right? And obviously, because of that skin disease, so many toxins were actually able to get into the cow and probably kill it or like kind of make it suffer a lot, right? But that's because the skin the skin of the cow is what was stopping the toxins from getting in. The toxins were always there, the kind of germs and that kind of stuff, they were always there, but the skin was stopping it from getting into the cow and actually affecting it, right? And that skin, that skin on the cow is the mindfulness on your mind. Like that skin on the cow is you being mindful and understanding, you know what? I'm going to be selective of what I'm actually allowing in. I'm going to be selective of what I'm allowing to come in and actually affect my energy. So when people are speaking about this, or when people are speaking about that, that really just isn't conducive to your growth, right? You're just going to simply think about something else. Okay, cool. You might have to entertain them a little bit, but just make sure that you're kind of combating it by speaking about love and compassion, by speaking about like positive vibration. Like for example, like if someone's trying to talk to me about something that's just negative and it's not, they're not asking for advice or something, I'll most likely either cut the conversation short or I'll completely switch the dynamic of the conversation. I will completely switch it. They might be speaking about, oh man, this, that. I'm like, yo, that's sick, man. So, and then I would literally just find the positive in that situation. And guess what it does? Not only does that help me keep my vibrations higher, but that helps them elevate even higher as well, right? It's like for example, I can imagine, in fact, I know this for a fact. Let's say, for example, you're trying to hit a Montel with some negativity, right? Like he'll just say something like, listen, no, that's not even on my frequency, right? Because he knows that he needs to make sure that he's on a certain level where he's not allowing these negative vibrations to come in. Why do you think that these guys are able to thrive, that these guys are able to be excelling, that these guys are able to be killing it in trading, that these guys are able to be killing it in all areas of their life? It's simply because of the vibrations. Okay, cool. Not only because of that, but that's a very powerful thing. The vibrations that you're operating on. In fact, that's kind of probably the last thing I'm going to speak about. The vibrations, right? What do I mean by vibrations? Understand that it's like, without going into too much detail, right? You basically like, and you guys have heard this before, but I want you guys to really listen again and really take it in. The fact that you attract kind of what you are. You attract what you're thinking about. You attract what you're speaking about. As you're speaking about positive things, as you're speaking about positive vibrations, not only does that feed the love and compassion in you, not only does that feed the love and compassion around you and kind of helping other people elevate and helping other people think positively, right? But what it also does is it actually attracts more love and compassion to come towards you. It attracts more positive vibrations because you're operating that frequency. It's like, for example, let's say you're trying to get into a car and you're trying to plug into a certain radio station, right? You're trying to plug into, I don't know, Capital, for example, right? You're not going to be able to plug into Capital if you're on, like, I don't know, 100.0 frequency, because that's not the right frequency. You literally cannot plug in. You can't hear that radio station that you want to hear. So if you want to hear that radio station of you being on next levels, of you kind of living lifestyle, of you kind of living an abundant lifestyle, of you kind of being at that level where you're happy, you're positive, you can't operate at that level if you're not on the right frequency, if you're not operating at the right vibrations, if you're not that person that's thinking these positive thoughts, if you're not that person that's thinking, right? If you're not that person that's thinking and listening to positive things, right? The other thing as well, probably the final thing I'm gonna say, I know I said that already, but things keep coming into my mind, right? Things keep coming into my mind, right? So the other thing is this, right? The things that you're listening to on a day-to-day basis, make sure that you're listening to things that are actually conducive of your growth as well, right? Obviously, cool, like listen to whatever you're going to listen to, but make sure that, because like as I said, right, there's going to be negativity that's coming into your life. There's going to be negative people that are speaking, but you got to make sure that you're combating that, not only with the words that you're saying, because that's still good, that's very good, the words that you're saying, but you got to make sure that you're still bringing some kind of positivity in. Right? Of course, surround yourself with people that are speaking about high-level things. Of course, surround yourself with people that are on their grind, that are on that right path, the same path that you're on, right? But also be listening to personal development. Listen to things that are going to help you elevate. Listen to things that are really going to help you think about things differently, right? Like when you start to listen to personal development and you start to really get obsessed about growth, it's really a good feeling, because you start to have all these paradigm shifts. You start to have all these things where you realize, whoa, hold up. Like, I've been thinking about things the whole wrong way. And when you have those feelings, it's like, it's so crazy. And it's such a blessing, because it's like, yeah, it's such a blessing. Because it's like, now you feel like some kind of superhero. Because you feel like, wow, like, I've been seeing things the whole wrong way. And now I'm actually able to see things the right way. And now I'm actually able to elevate. So that's another thing that I was saying. Make sure, guys, again, like summarizing the key things that I said, understand that you got to make sure you're feeding your mind the right way, right? How do you feed your mind the right way? Not only by the stuff that you're taking in, but by the stuff that you're saying. start to be conscious of what you're saying. Understand that mindfulness is like the skin of a cow that protects the toxins from coming in and literally just destroying it, right? If you don't have mindfulness, you're not being aware of the things that you're allowing in, and you're not being aware of the things that you're saying, guess what's going to happen? You're literally going, hold on, let me just apologies. But yeah, you're literally, everyone's muted, cool, perfect. So apologies about that. But yeah, as I was saying, being mindful, right? Make sure that you're being selective of what you're learning, you're being selective of what's going out. And it may be hard at first, it may be difficult, because if you're not used to kind of being conscious of what you're saying, you're going to find that you're just going to keep saying negative stuff and keep hearing negative stuff and stuff like that. But you got to start to get into that habit of realizing anytime you do say something negative, you just kind of be like, hold up, wait, why am I saying that? That's not conducive to my growth. And then you switch it. No, you know what? That's not my frequency. And then you switch it, right? Let's say you hear someone saying something, right? Sometimes you just have to kind of brush past, just kind of not even acknowledge kind of something. If they're just being stupid, if they're just saying stuff that is really not helping you elevate. Or you can just let them know, right? Again, yo, listen, I'm not gonna lie, that's not my frequency, but anyways, when's chairman? But anyways, when six figures traded, you know what I'm saying? Just switch the conversation, because you don't need to be speaking about negative things, because it's just really not going to help you grow. But with that being said, I hope that added some kind of value to you guys. In fact, just so that I know if I was waffling, because I know I spoke for a little while on that topic, like, I wouldn't know if you guys actually did get some value. So if you did, just drop a 222 in the chat box. Let me know if you did get some kind of value, just for some kind of feedback from myself, because I know sometimes I might be just speaking. Sometimes I feel like, yo, I'm speaking. I don't even know if these guys are really just like clocking into what I'm saying, because I've just got so much stuff in my mind. It's like, yo, I'm just letting it spray out onto you guys. But listen, what I'm gonna do, right? Jeez, yo, you guys even ready for the guest speakers? Like, yeah. Oh man, you know what? I don't even think they're ready. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like we should wrap up the call early, because I'm not sure if they're even ready for the guests, because it's like, yo, all right, cool. You know what? I'm gonna bring them on. I see us on the call as well. I'm gonna bring them on. Listen. The special guest that we have on this call right now, right? For those of you guys who don't know, the legends that we have, these guys right here, right? Oh, the energy that they have is absolutely insane, right? It's literally contagious, right? I remember even yesterday, right? My energy wasn't at the absolute peak state that I needed to be. And then I was speaking to Shams, right? I was speaking to Shams on the phone. We were literally speaking about the call. All of a sudden, I came off the call. I was ready to fly. I felt like I was even in the clouds. I heard Montel's in the background. He was like, yo, Shay, yo, man, yo. The energy is next level. But not only is the energy next level, and the reason the energy is next level is because they're applying things like this, because they know within themselves where they're going. They have next level belief. Not only are they achieving things right now, but they know where they're going. They know where the team is going. They're excited to literally help every single person on this call as well. These guys are true servant leaders. I see them going the extra mile. I see them literally opening up their house for their whole team, letting them know, listen, you guys can come through. You guys can come through. Let's work. Let's elevate. These guys are absolutely crushed it. They're setting the standard. And honestly, these are people that I really look up to in a lot of ways. I'm looking at their social medias. I'm speaking to them, and I'm just getting inspired on a day-to-day basis. So I know 100% that you guys are going to be getting inspired, by what they're about to break down. But before I bring them on, I want some fight. I want some serious excitement in the chat box. Because otherwise, listen, like they can't come on if there's not enough excitement in the chat box. Right now, my chat box is on 140 messages. I want to see it go up to 200 plus right now, real quick. Just drop some numbers, drop some fire, drop whatever, man. Drop whatever. Listen, guys, we on 200 right now. Cool. Well, we about to hit 250. The messages are coming through. All right, cool. They're ready. All right, perfect. So listen, I'm gonna bring on Charmaine first onto the call. Let's wrap it up. Let's pack it out. And guys, make sure you're taking notes, because these nuggets right here, be ready for them. I'm bringing you guys on. Let me unmute you guys.
Let's go! Can you guys hear us, yeah? Wow,
yeah.
I'm trying to hold back my tears, man. Thank you. Bro, guys, let's put some fire in the chat for Shay. Like, let's put some, keep drop the maddest nuggets, boy. I was like, I want to sign up again, bro. Like, send me your name. But yeah, like, that was amazing. Like, just to touch up on a few stuff, like, guys, I don't think you understand how powerful your words are. Like, I know even a lot of people, they come into the business and the first thing they say is, I can't even get 2 customers. I don't know people. Bro, you're bringing that into
reality. You're speaking it to existence. That if you're going to keep saying that, then of course you're not going to hit 2 and 3. And that's why most people don't hit 2 and 3, because that's all that's going through their mind. I can't get 2 customers. I don't know anybody. So trust me, guys, mindset is really important. I'm going to be going over trading mindset. I'm going to be going over marketing mindset. But before I do, I'm going to tell you guys a bit about myself, because I know a lot of you guys don't know me. So if you don't know me, my name is Shami Mia. Call me Shams. I don't think anyone really knows my real name, so you can just call me Shams. I'm 18. I've been in this company for over a year now. Prior to that, I was working. So I was working for around 3 to 4 years in retail. And I was in college. So me, if you know me, I got kicked out of every single job that I had. I got fired. Then it got to a point where I was like, okay, cool. This is definitely not for me, right? So that's why I came into IMO. I really came into this to learn the skill set, because trading is something I've always wanted to do since I was like 14 years old. I was never really the educational person. Like I love learning, but I like learning things that will actually benefit me later on in life. Like Montel says all the time in science, you're learning osmosis. Are you really putting that concept into life right now? You're not, right? So it's like you're learning about all this stuff and you're not really putting it into your day-to-day life. So that's why I actually dropped out of college earlier this year. Dropped out of college in January. 4 months later, I hit platinum 2000. Best decision of my life. Why? Because you gotta realize sometimes you're doing stuff and it's like you don't even know why you're doing it. Me, I was in college. I didn't even want to go uni. I didn't want to get a job. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm really wasting my time here. And if you know me, I always say this: time is more valuable than money, right? Because money comes and goes. You can get your money back, but time, you're never gonna get your time back. Like all these moments where we've been speaking, I'm not gonna get that time back. So you really want to be cautious of what you spend your time on, because you're not. Guys, our time is limited on this world, so if you're not utilizing that and if you're not doing what you love, then you're genuinely wasting your time. So that's why I had to put into consideration. I was like, okay, cool. I'm not enjoying myself. I'm not doing what I love. I'm wasting my time. And if you guys know me, I'm Asian. I'm a Bengali girl. It wasn't easy for me. It was a decision that took me a year to make. But when I made it, I felt so good, because Oprah Winfrey said this as well in one of her speeches. She was like, if you're not in the driver's seat of your own life, life will drive you, right? And that really hit me, because so many times we're doing stuff not for ourselves but for our parents, because everyone is it's just like society's doing it, so we're doing it. And it shouldn't be like that, because at the end of the day, if you're just following what everyone else is doing, then really and truly, what are you doing for yourself? Does that make sense? So I really had to take that on board. I was like, okay, cool. I'm not in the driver's seat of my life right now. My parents want me to go to uni. My parents want me to get a job. So they're driving my car. So I really had to get out of the back seat, go to the front, put my foot on the wheel. I'm gonna put my foot on this, what's it called, pedal, right? Put my hand on the wheel and start driving, because like, at the end of the day, it's your life, right? You're living your own life. So you don't want anyone driving your car but you. Does that make sense? You don't want anyone driving your car but you. Yes, you love your parents, you respect them, but at the end of the day, this is your life. Don't do this for them, do this for you. Does that make sense? Yes, make them happy, but there's so many other ways that can make them happy. It doesn't have to be what they want you to do. So that's a bit about me. IMO's been amazing. It's been such a blessing. I always say the money is a bonus hit, but the development is by far the best thing about this company. And the people that you meet, like me and Shay, we're not in the same team, but we're still doing a call together. And this is what I love about IMO. It's such a big family. And that's why I always differentiate it from a workplace, because in the workplaces, no one really likes each other. You're just there because you just want to make money. But here, everyone likes each other and everyone wants to make money together. Does that make sense? There's no competition, no nothing. Everyone's here. Everyone has the same goal. Everyone wants to go chairman, right? So that's the kind of community that you want to be in. But guys, I'm not here to talk about myself today. I'm here to drop some nuggets. I'm going to be showing you guys the seven levels of leveling up your mindset. So I believe that success and happiness are all about your mindset, right? So if you guys have pen and paper, please note this down. So success and happiness is all about your mindset. Your mindset and your belief system affects everything in your life, from what you think and feel to how you act and react to the world around you, right? So you really want to be altering your mindset and leveling up your belief system, because trust me, if you don't have that, then you're not going to go far in this business, trust me. And if you really want to achieve your goals, your mindset needs to match your desires. Does that make sense? So if you want to go chairman 500, you can't be having that basic mindset where, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Or I don't want to get up and do a meeting, or I'm tired, this, that. You can't have that mindset. You want to make sure your mindset matches the desires so you can go out there, go hit Chairman 500, go hit the millions a month. Does that make sense? So that's that. Why? Because it's going to be holding you back from where you from getting to where you want to be. So if you don't have the right mindset and you have those really high desires, it's going to hold you back. Does that make sense? So you really need to make sure your mindset's matching your desires so you can go 10 times harder to go reach your goals. So these are the 7 ways to level up your mindset. The first one is change your self-talk, right? So I know Shay covered most of this already, but the conversations that you have with yourself are a direct reflection of your mindset, yeah? So if you're having negative conversations with yourself, you know you have a negative mindset already. So you really want to change that and have a positive mindset. Does that make sense? Stop telling yourself I'm not good enough to achieve my dreams. I can't do this. I can't do that. It's hard, etc. Because whatever you're saying to yourself, that's going to start happening. So just wake up and say, it's already done. It's already done. All you have to say is already done. And it's already done. All you have to do after is put the work to make sure that it's already done, right? And then yeah, so your thoughts create your reality. As I just said, your mindset's going to hold you back from having the mindset you want. So you really want to make sure that you have the right mindset so you can go out there and get law of attraction, girl. You know this. So to upgrade your mindset, you want to change your negative self-talk to empowerment. So you want to empower yourself. Does that make sense? Don't go out there to be empowered. You can empower yourself because so many times you want to go to events to get fired up, and then after the event, you're not doing anything. Does that make sense? You're always waiting for another event to get fired up. Why do you have to wait for an event to get fired up? You have goals, you have dreams, right? Why do you have to be in an environment where people have to make you get fired up when you have goals and dreams that you want to achieve? Why can't you just fire up yourself? Does that make sense? Like my goals and dreams, I want to be the youngest millionaire, youngest female Asian millionaire, and it's already done. It's already done before I'm 20. I already know it's done. I'm very confident about it. No one needs to fire me up about it because I know it's done. Does that make sense? So you want to be the one firing up yourself. You want to be the one bigging up yourself because at the end of the day, it's your goals, your dreams. No one else needs to fire up for you. Yes, everyone wants to go chairman. These events, I'm going to go into that a bit later on, but your events are not about getting you fired out. It's what you do after you get the fire. Does that make sense? It's about I don't go to events to get fired up. I go to events to collect nuggets. I go to events to collect value. I go to events to learn what the chairmans are doing so I can now implement that and go chairman myself. Does that make sense? So don't go to events to get fired up. Yes, we get fired up. It's great to be fired up, but we're fired up every day, are we not, Montel? So exactly. So we don't need an event to get us fired up because we wake up fired up, we go to sleep fired up. Well, we are to you every day and we're fired up. You don't always be relying on an event to make you fired up because you have goals and dreams, guys. Go out there and fire yourself up. So that's that. So the second one is find your inner self. So that really just comes down to like personal development. But what I stemmed from this was spending time with yourself because I feel like it's really, really important, especially as an entrepreneur because you're going to have busy schedules, right? You're going to be in meetings, you're going to be in trainings, you're going to be doing a lot of stuff, and it gets to a point where you're tired and you don't really have time to yourself, or you might have some problems that you don't have time to actually fix because you don't have that time to yourself. So it's really important that you wake up early or you just have that hour that you spend to yourself at night time where you're just spending time with yourself. You're getting a better understanding of who you are, what you desire in life, and you're going to be more likely to make better choices about who you want around you and what you want to achieve. Does that make sense? Because so many times it's like we're so busy in life, we're always surrounded by people that we forget about ourselves. Does that make sense? And in business, you're in this for yourself, but you're never by yourself. So you really want to have that time where you're just rebooting your brain and you're unwinding. It also improves your concentration and your productivity as well. Like sometimes we might feel like we're being productive, but we're really not. Why? Because we're not really tracking our business. Does that make sense? So have that moment, have that hour to yourself in the morning, or have that hour to yourself before you go to sleep, where you can actually track your business and be like, okay, cool. Was I actually being productive today? What did I get done today? How many meetings did I do today? How much personal development did I do today? How much sign-ups did I get today? Does that make sense? So you really want to have that time to yourself. It also gives you the opportunity to find yourself and your inner voice. And I feel like a lot of people, you don't even really know who you are. Does that make sense? And when you have time to yourself, that's when you're going to find out who you are. Because I remember I've gone through a lot of stuff, I'm not going to lie, since I was young. I didn't have the best childhood, but I always made sure that I went out, I left my phone at home, and I just reconnected with nature. And I just had that time to myself where I was just understanding what I'm going through right now. Things are going to get better, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to achieve. And it just makes you feel so much better. Does that make sense? So that's really important, guys. You really, really want to take that into consideration because trust me, if you're not spending time to yourself, you're going to lose yourself. Yeah, so that's that. Your third one is determine the mindset you need and act as if it's already done, right? So pick a goal that you want to achieve and ask yourself, which mindset do I need to achieve this goal, right? So if your goal was chairman, what mindset do I need, or a six-figure trader, right? What mindset do I need to, how am I going to adopt the mindset to start acting like one, basically? So first thing you want to say is, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a chairman. I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm a 6 to 7 figure trader. Guys, before I go even into that, I want to say this is not just for network marketing. Mindset applies to trading as well. Does that make sense? Because even me, when I first started, I've owned so many accounts. Does that make sense? I was making a lot of money, then I lost all that money as well, right? Because I didn't have the right mindset. I had that quick money mentality. Does that make sense? And that's not the mentality that you want to have, because at the end of the day, if your mindset is just quick money, you're going to make quick money, but you're going to also lose that money very quickly. Does that make sense? So coming to this is a skill set, guys. Like, coming to this, and you want wealth, right? You want wealth, and wealth doesn't come quickly. So you really want to have that type, like compound plan. It's free for trading. Have a compound plan. Have a specific amount that you're increasing, like a specific percentage that you're increasing your account by every single day, or a daily target. Does that make sense? Because sometimes in trading, I know guys, if you're guilty of being greedy in trading, put some sevens in the chat, because I'm very greedy. I was very, very greedy. Yeah, Montel knows me. I was very, very greedy. So it's a thing where I had to step back, and I was like, okay, cool, making money, yes, but let me not lose myself. I need to control myself. Does that make sense? Because I don't want to lose money anymore. So once you start doing that, even sometimes we have, guys, you know, just because you're on a live account doesn't mean you need to forget about your demo account. If you're losing money, go back to your demo account, reevaluate your skills, go over a different strategy, perfect a strategy even, start back testing it, and then use it on your live account when you're ready. Because sometimes a lot of people, you just jump into a real account. Because I'm not gonna lie, demo account, gas me, you know, I was making bare money on that. And when I went on my live account, I'm using these big lot sizes, and it wasn't matching my account. So you really want to treat your demo account like it's your live account. Use realistic lot sizes, guys. Don't use standard lots on your demo, because when you start your live account, you're not going to be using standard lots. So, and that's definitely something that you want to do. So all of this applies to trading and building the business, because everyone knows trading is 80% mindset, right, and 20% skill. If you don't have the right mindset for it, yeah, you're going to make a lot of money. As I said, you're going to lose it as well. So that's that. So as I said, so if you want to become a chairman or a 6, 7, 8 figure trader, you need to start to adopt the mindset and start to act like one. So first you want to say, I'm so happy and grateful now, I'm a chairman, I'm so happy and grateful now, I'm a 6 figure trader. Act as if you're a chairman already. So you want to be utilizing your 5 senses. And David Diminiti says this all the time. You want to eat like them, you want to experience what they would do on a day-to-day basis. We got Harrods all the time, right? We got Harrods all the time. We're always eating there. We're always going to Mayfair, sitting in the nice cars, because that's what chairmen do. Does that make sense? So I'm definitely going to go out there and act like one. Montel's been to David and Minita's house, so his desires are on the next level. Does that make sense? So when chairman is done for him, he's going to be like, okay, cool, this is nothing, because I've already been there. Does that make sense? He's already been there as a chairman 10, chairman 25, chairman 50, 500, because he's been with one, and he's been in the same environment as one. Does that make sense? So you really want to go out your way. I'm not saying like spend all your money on expensive food, right? You can just go to a nice hotel and just buy sparkling water. Does that make sense? Take some nice pictures and live the lifestyle. Does that make sense? So it's like fake it till you make it, basically. So you want to do that, go desire shopping, because doing this, you're going to trick your mindset, right? You're going to trick your brain to adopt a new mindset, and you're going to reinforce it now with action, because it's now like, okay, cool, I've experienced this, I want this now. So what am I going to do to go get this? Does that make sense? Like every time we go sit in cars, it's like, okay, cool, we're leaving the car now, we have a very emotional attachment to it. It's on a wall right now as well. So it's like, okay, cool, what am I going to do now to go and get this? Because at the end of the day, like, especially if you go desire shopping, right, you might be wearing a nice watch, or it doesn't even have to be materialistic stuff. You might even go out to view houses and stuff like that. Does that make sense? Whatever your desires is in life, just go out there and experience it, because after you've left, you're going to be like, okay, cool, you're going to want to work 10 times harder. But every time I go to an event, I see David speak, I'm like, okay, cool, I need to be on that level. So it just makes me work 10 times harder. Does that make sense? So that's definitely something that you want to do. That's the third point. Then guys, I know I talk very fast, so if I am, tell me to slow down. Then the fourth one is learn and apply. So that's personal development. So you want to learn from people that have what you want. Does that make sense? So I know everyone here has a chairman upline, right? If you want to go chairman, go and ask them, please sir or please Mrs. How did you get there so I can get there as well? Does that make sense? Me, I want to go platinum 5,000 next. I'm asking Montel every day, how can I get to platinum 5,000? What do I need to do to get to a platinum 5,000? Does that make sense? You guys in Traders Empire, you want to ask Yasin, you want to ask Shabazz, their chairman Tens there. GTN, you want to ask Zayn, Ivan. There's chairmans everywhere. Even go connect with them on social media, guys. Don't be scared. They're going to reply to you. That's how we've got most of them on our calls. So, yeah, just go out there and connect. Because at the end of the day, if you're scared to connect with people, you're never going to be in that position. Does that make sense? Because you need to go out your way. You need to ask them, bro, how can I get to your position? It doesn't even have to be a chairman. If your next rank is a platinum 1,000 and there's lots of platinum 1,000 in your team, go ask them, how did you hit platinum 1,000? How did you hit platinum 2,000? How did you hit platinum 5,000? Note it all down and go out there and do it. Does that make sense? So you want to do that? And don't just learn, you want to implement it as well, yeah? Because I know a lot of people, as I said before, you're learning a lot, you're reading all these books, yes. Okay, what if you're reading the books? What are you doing after you're reading the books? Does that make sense? Every time Montel reads a book in the morning, he's telling me about it and he's implementing it throughout his day. Does that make sense? So that's what you want to do as well. Don't just go there to learn, go there to implement. Does that make sense? So implement everything. It's like trading, like, yeah, you're watching the videos, but are you implementing on your demo account? Does that make sense? It's like driving. Yeah, you're learning the theory test, but you're not going to learn to drive unless you're actually in the car. So that's definitely something that you want to do. And then, yeah, so that's that. And then the fifth point is surround yourself with people that match your desired mindset. So if you want to upgrade your money and your success mindset, you need to start hanging out with people that are very, very successful and seem to have an abundance of money flowing their way at any time. Does that make sense? So every time David's here, I make sure I go to him, or even Tapi or anyone. Does that make sense? I'm going to make sure, especially you guys, you know that when these chairmen come over to the UK, we have like P1K dinners, or we have like P600 plus trainings. If you guys are not working your ass off, if you're not that ranked, then to be at that dinner, then you're a fool. Does that make sense? Because I would never miss a dinner with a multi-millionaire. Does that make sense? These people are killing it in this industry, so I'd be a fool not to go out my way to hit these ranks so I can actually spend time with them. Does that make sense? I don't want to just see them on the stage. I want to actually talk to them. Does that make sense? I want to conversate with them. I want to eat with them. Does that make sense? Because now you're in that environment, it's going to make you want to work 10 times harder. Does that make sense? So you really want to do that. And it's easier to adopt a new mindset when you see people that's already working for other people. So you want to learn how they think, adapt their daily habits and match their mindset. So Shaban said this on a training one time. He was comparing his daily activities to Austin Godse's, which was really powerful because, especially if you want to go chairman and you're not really doing the daily activities that a chairman's doing right now, it's going to be very hard for you to go chairman. Does that make sense? So ask the chairman, like if you're let's say Zayn, right? If I wanted to be a chairman 50, I'm going to ask Zayn, what do you do on a day-to-day basis? How many meetings do you do every day? How many exposures do you do? How many events do you do? Then I'm going to write that. So he's going to write down one column. Then on the next column, I'm going to write what I do on a day-to-day basis. And you know what? Do you know what that's going to make me feel? That's going to make me feel very, very uncomfortable. And that's very good. Why? Because your comfort zone is your broke zone, right? Sometimes we're asking ourselves, why am I at this rank? Why am I still at this rank? Why am I not at the next rank? What are you doing to get to the next rank? Are you still doing the stuff that's to get to the rank that you're currently at? Or, like, to be honest, if you want to get to the next rank, every rank in IML, all you have to do is the same thing 10 times more. If you've done P150, you're doing 2 exposures a day. P600, do 4. P1K, do 6. P2K, do 10. Does that make sense? You're just doubling what you're already doing. So you want to do that, and it's going to force you to level up as well, because if you're seeing a chairman do 20 exposures a day and you're only doing 2, how's that going to make you feel? Does that make sense? It's going to make you feel very, very, very bad. Does that make sense? So it's going to now force you to level up. It's going to make you feel very uncomfortable because it's like, cool, this guy's at this position for a reason, because he's doing 20 exposures a day, sorry. So what I need to do now is do 20 exposures a day as well. Does that make sense? So it's going to force you to level up. And I feel like a lot of us need to be forced to level up because we're too comfortable. Like, even sometimes, I'm not going to lie, a few months ago, I was being very comfortable as well. I'll be real, because everyone has that stage where they're comfortable. Does that make sense? But it's just you going out there, speaking to people that are where you want to be, that's going to force you to level up and just duplicate, man. This is a whole game of duplication. If you want to go chairman 500, stop looking for shortcuts. Just do what David tells you to do. Just do what Jason and Rosa tell you to do, and you're going to get there. Yeah? So I'm missing out the points. That's fine. Okay, cool. The sixth one is to believe in yourself. So you want to believe in yourself and forget all the negativity around you, right? So this is even a philosophy. If you want to fail, then follow the masses, right? All the time we're thinking about what this person's thinking about, what that person's thinking about. Do you know what? Yeah, that person's going to go back to work and do the same thing again and again and again. But what are you going to do? You've made a decision now, right? You've taken upon an opportunity. You're going to better yourself and your financial self. So don't worry about they're doing. Yeah, you're not at the financial state that you want to be right now because you just started. Don't think about short term. Think about where you're going to be in the next year. I kid you not, a year ago when I started, I didn't know a year later we're going to have our own apartment. I'm not going to lie, I didn't know that, but now it's here. It's happening. We're living a dream now. Does that make sense? So you never know where you're going to be in the next year. So never, ever limit yourself. So that's that. If people think around you you're crazy for doing something, then you're probably doing the right thing. I'll be real. You're probably doing the right thing. So don't let that belittle you. People are not going to believe in you anyway. So you've got to believe in yourself. Does that make sense? And I feel like a lot of people, they're relying on people to believe in them, right? You don't need anyone to believe in you. You just need to believe in yourself because they didn't bring you into this world. You came into this world alone. So why are you relying on other people to believe in you when you can go out there and believe in yourself? So you want to do that. I'm not going to lie. When I first started, no one believed in me. My family didn't even believe in me. They were like, scam this, scam that, go to uni, go back to college, get a job. Does that make sense? That was in my mind every single day. I was hearing that every single day, but that didn't stop me. That made me go 10 times harder, yeah? Because even me, when I was in school, my teachers used to say, you're going to fail, you're not going to get these grades. What did I do? I came out and I got the grades. Why? Because that makes me work 10 times harder. There's two types of people in that position. There's people that will let it affect them, and they'll be like, okay, cool. They're going to start thinking, yeah, I actually can't do this. Yeah, that person's right. And then there's people that will actually prove them wrong, right? So that's the kind of person you want to be. So I know Montel's like that as well. I know I'm like that. I know a lot of people on this school is like that. So if you're not like that already, that's the kind of person you want to be. Because at the end of the day, you don't want people to be like, I told you so, I told you so. No, you want to be the person to say, I told you so. I done this, and now I'm here. So that's that. So yeah, that's that. People don't know what they don't know, so it's okay, guys. It's okay. People are gonna say it's a scam. People are gonna be ignorant. That's just how it is. That's just life, because they're gonna do the same thing again and again and again, as I said before. So if you want to fail, listen to them. Follow the masses, right? If you don't want to fail, don't follow the masses. Do laugh. So that's that. And then the last point, I know I'm talking a lot, I need more time to speak now. So the second one is to jump out your comfort zone. So I already gone over the seventh one, so I've already gone over this anyways, but you really want to put yourself in situations that challenge you, right? Like me, I hated doing Zooms. Like I really hated doing Zooms. But I remember when I went P1K, Montel was like, do a Zoom, share your story. Does that make sense? And that got me out of my comfort zone so much. Even speaking on stage, yeah, you see me speaking on stage, I even love to speak. I'm like, Montel, can I speak, please? But before I used to be like, I don't want to speak, don't put me up on stage, right? Because I was afraid. Does that make sense? So you really want to jump out your comfort zone, put yourself in places that's going to challenge you. So if you're someone that doesn't like speaking right now, ask your mentor, can I speak on stage today, right? It's going to grow you as a person. My P150 speech, yeah, I know I'm talking fast right now, but my P150 speech, I was speaking hella fast. Everyone knows me, you don't even understand anything I said. All you would have heard is, hi, my name is Shamia. That's it. Everything else would have been just gibberish, right? But now I've learned, I've developed so much. And guys, this is a whole process where you're just developing every single day. So fall in love with the process, fall in love with the journey. Does that make sense? It's not about the results. It's not always about the end result. Yeah, sometimes your first speech is not going to be the best, but that's the beauty of it, because now you're going to look back at that 10 years down the line and you're going to be like, okay, cool, I spoke really rubbish then, but look at me now. I'm speaking very confidently. Does that make sense? So you want to be like that. And then, yeah, so you have no other choice than to rise to the occasion, upgrade your mindset. So it becomes a necessity to survive. Does that make sense? So I see IML as a survival. Does that make sense? I'm not hungry for it. I'm genuinely starving for it because I need this to work for me. Does that make sense? So you really want to come into this with that mentality. Don't come into this with a job mentality. Your paycheck is not confirmed here. Does that make sense? You need to work for it. So you really want to come here, you want to get out of that job mentality. The kind of day, whatever you do here determines your results. So if you're not putting in the work, you're not going to get the results. You want to come in and make sure you're putting 110% in. And always ask yourself, what situations can I be in that will require me to operate on a higher mindset? Does that make sense? That's the question you want to ask yourself. And then what you want to do is now put yourself in that situation. So basically the idea is to change your environment to train your brain, right? And so yeah, that's it, guys. That's a bit from me, a lot from me. I'm gonna leave it right there. And yeah, that's it.
Wow. Guys, if you're fired up, right? If you really got nuggets that you're actually ready to implement, right? I want to see some 7s in the chat because that was too much fire. Yo, Shay, Shams, I got my notes right here. I was here just jotting down notes, and I was just thinking, wow. I was really looking at you guys. I was thinking, wow. The growth is absolutely amazing. I think the growth for me is what's really giving me the goosebumps, right? You know, see where you guys have come from. I remember first starting, I was looking at Shay, and I was like, wow. You know, he's still the same size. He was still a tall guy, right? But now his mindset is just large, right? Now his mindset is just absolutely amazing. And the same for you, Shams, as well. So, you know, I want to thank you guys for actually setting up this amazing call. You know, it's really beautiful to see that you're sharing the nuggets with everyone. And I hope you guys had your pens and papers ready, right? But what's more important is that your heart should be ready to go out there and implement, right? You can't just be that person that's just sat here, just taking notes, and you're not going out there and implementing, right? So I want to challenge every single one of you guys, right, to implement everything that you've heard, right? Everything, okay? Everything that you got written down on this piece of paper, are you implementing it? Because guess what? In this opportunity, you're going to get multiple opportunities per day to actually take this information that you've learned and actually implement it. And that's why personal development is so key. You know, every single day I wake up, I'll be reading a book. Ask Shams, I was reading a book. And with me, you know, she lost me because I'm a slow reader, right? And I've been a slow reader from school, but, you know, I'm just getting into it. I've got meetings, but I'm getting into it, you know, and we have to pick up the next day. But guess what? The best thing about this opportunity is that whatever you're reading, this opportunity will provide you the time that you can say, you know what did you learn this morning? Implement it in this moment. Okay, so I want to challenge every single one of you guys that are on this call right now, that literally just got the nuggets from Shay and Charmin, to actually go out there and implement it, you know. And I'm just going to be sharing a couple of things, right? You know, you guys literally killed the show, so I'm not going to be too much time, but I've really got some amazing things to share with you. And, you know, as you guys were talking, I was really loving the passion, right? And, you know, a lot of the times, you know, when you're presenting or when you're going out and you're talking to your friends or you're trying to get IMO out there, the thing that you're lacking is passion, right? You know, Sharma was actually someone to bring that to my attention, right? You know, we can give out words, but people would rather hear passion over words, right? So I want you to write it down, passion over words, right? Because when people find out, wow, you know, this person's actually really passionate about something, you know, they already know that it's not too good to be true. They already know that it's not a scam. How could you be passionate over a scam? You know, but if you're just like, yeah, it's a 5.7 trillion per day industry, right? The banks trade, right? Then people are going to be like, okay, why are you not excited about it? Why should I be excited about it, right? So you got to understand, why are you telling people something, right, that you're not even excited about? How can you expect them to get started in that? It doesn't work that way, okay? So I really want you to go out there and really insert your passion, right? Go back to your why. Why are you doing this business? And every time you go out there and you're just, even on the road, right? You know, I'm in the lift coming up to my apartment and I'm giving these guys passion. I'm talking to this guy and he's like, bro, what do you do? Right? You know, what do you do? It's like, you know, you're coming up, it's 8:50. Why are you so excited? Where are you coming from, right? You know, and that's the passion that I give off when I'm speaking, right? That's the passion I'm hearing from Charmin. That's the passion I'm hearing from Shay. Every time they open their mouths, I'm hearing passion, and that's the thing that's driving their business, right? Because if they're exuberating that passion, guess what's going to happen? People are going to come into the team that are also passionate, right? I know you guys know about law of attraction, right? You know, what you give out is what you're going to get back, okay? So if you actually start exuberating that passion, you start to cover yourself with passion, guess what? People in your team will also be passionate. And those are the guys that really drive your business, right? I'd rather, you know, 10 passionate people than 100 unpassionate people, right? Than 100 people that are just here talking like robots. I'd rather 10 passionate people than 100 people that aren't passionate, okay? So I really want you to remember that, passion over words. And the next thing, as I was listening to you guys, I really picked up on this. I started to think, mindset. I really started to break down the word mindset, right? I looked at mind and set. So I want to ask you guys this question. What is your mind set on right now? Okay, what is your mind set on right now, right? And what is your mind set for in the future? Okay, when they say a mindset, I just really deep the word and I said, wow, what is my mind set on right now? Okay, 10,000 a month, right? 15,000 a month, 20,000 a month. What is my mind really set on right now? And guess what? If you guys really answer your question, what is your mind set on right now? That will show you the exact reason why you're getting the results you want. right? If your business isn't moving forward, if your trading isn't moving forward, is your mindset on your trading? Is your mindset on your business? Or is your mindset elsewhere, right? You know, David says this all the time, right? You know, there's distractions in life, but it's your choice whether or not you get distracted, right? It's your choice whether or not you get distracted. There can be a focused person and an unfocused person. Guess what? They're going to go through the exact same day, but this person's going to get so many more distractions than this person because this person knows where they're going, right? They're driven, they're focused, they're sharp, and they're passionate, right? So I really want to challenge you guys to just up your levels of focus, right? What are you focusing on? What is your mind really set on? Okay, because a lot of the time, you know, if I don't ask you what's your mindset on, no one else is going to ask you, right? Your family at home, they're not going to say, Danielle, what's your mindset on? Right, Samir, what's your mindset on? They're not going to ask you that, right? So that's why you have to be plugging into these calls to understand what your mind's really set on, okay? And, you know, I'm really going to dive into a few things, right? I'm going to dive into a few things. You know, you guys spoke amazing about, you know, being energetic, right? You know, energy is everything, right? Energy is everything. It's not your financial results that will attract your friends to the business. Yeah, they help. But people will really start to flood into your business when they see that change in your energy, right? You know, I was on the phone to someone today, someone's prospect today, and they said, yeah, I really noticed the change in this person's energy. You know, her posts are different on Instagram. You know, what she puts on her story is different. And she's not posting profits. She's not saying, yeah, here's my chart markups, here's this. It's her energy. Her energy is different. I remember my sponsor, Junior Alexander, when I first met him, I said, whatever this guy is doing, I need it, right? Whatever this guy is on, I need it, right? I was burnt out from a job. You know, I had multiple businesses as well. And I sat down and this guy was talking fast. He was talking so passionate. And whatever this guy is doing, I need to be doing. So you guys need to understand, it's not necessarily about what design you're wearing or, you know, how many pips you're catching. It's about your energy that you're giving off to other people, because that's what's going to attract people to your business. You know, I was just out there, just before this call, I took one of my members cold, right? We was going out cold recruiting and we found a few people to speak to, right? But guess what? The only thing that's engaging them in the conversation is my energy. Right, I can't say, excuse me, sir, how do you get to West Croydon Station from here? No, it's not gonna work. I can't drop a compliment like, oh, I like your bag, it looks real nice, right? I need to be sharp. Excuse me, sir, how do you get to East Croydon from here? Right, oh, okay, yeah, it's that way, that way. Now we're engaged in a conversation, right? Now we're engaged in the conversation and the conversation can literally go anywhere from there, right? So your energy is everything. Then I'm gonna fly into the next thing, you know? I'm gonna really tell you guys about how I've got to my position, right? I'm really gonna I'm gonna summarize my story and I want you guys to take certain gems that has allowed me to get to where I am, right? Now, the first thing was, you know, I started and I really focused on the trading, right? I really just came into this to trade. And, you know, you probably hear a lot of builders say that at the end of the day, because we genuinely did, right? We genuinely did just come in here to trade. I didn't know anything about MLM. I didn't even know you could get paid off your network. I was like, what? When Julia showed me the second side of the presentation, I was like, what? Like, I can get paid for knowing people, bro? Like, are you kidding me, right? I didn't even know there was such thing, right? When I showed the opportunity, I was only 19, right? And I had traditional businesses, okay? But the thing is, I said, wow. I said, if I focus on the trading, I can learn a skill in my 20s, right? I can learn a skill at 19 that's going to be paying me for the rest of my life. But what's even more powerful than that is that I can really leave a legacy by going out there and teaching other people the same skill and they can get paid for the rest of their lives. Right? You see, ladies and gentlemen, you probably heard the saying, you can feed a man a fish for a day and let him eat for a day, or you can teach a man how to fish and let him fish for the rest of his life, right? So if you're not going out there and actually sharing this business with your friend, you're not actually going out there and sharing this platform from your friends, you're stopping them from the blessing, right? You're stopping them from the blessings. The reason why is because you don't know if they want to be learning this skill to fish for the rest of their life. But simply by you not going out there and opening your mouth and saying, you know what, this is actually what I'm doing, you're not even giving them the opportunity. Okay, you're not even giving them the opportunity to retire their parents. You're not giving them the opportunity to make six figures trading because you will never know what someone can do with this opportunity, right? We're all different. So if you're not sharing this platform, there's something wrong, okay? There is something wrong, okay? But, you know, I went out there, I solely focused on trading and, you know, what I done, I really blitzed the academy, right? You know, I remember watching it twice within the first 3 weeks and that set me up great, right? Because now I have this knowledge, no one can take it away from me. All right, and now when I'm going out there building a team, I can build a sustainable team because any questions they have, I can answer them, right? So I really want to make sure that you guys have that skill of trading because at the end of the day, that's what you're pushing out there. You have to be a product of the product, right? You're going to only go so far, and I've seen so many people do that. I don't focus on trading, right? They get to Platinum 1000 and you know, that's all they get to. right? But if you really understand the skill of trading, you can break it down and you're launching your teams effectively. Guess what? Your business will be fruitful, okay? So, you know, I really done that, and I remember getting 2 and 3 on the last 2 days of the month. I was like, you know what? This subscription fee is nice, but, you know, if I can avoid it, I'm going to try and avoid it, right? So I got 2 and 3 at the end of the month, and I went to an event, and this is why events are so important. Not just necessarily for the information that you're going to hear, but it's going to instill the belief within you that you can do it, right? You know, a lot of you guys probably know this individual called Edward, right? And I remember meeting him. He said, "Montel, man, you're so influential, man. You know, if I can do it, you can do it too." And it's not the words that he was telling me. It's like, hold on a minute. Edward is platinum 150. I'm 2 and 3. I said, no. I said, I need to go out there and get platinum 150, right? If Edward can do it, anyone can really do it. Why am I just sat here just trading alone when I could actually go out there and actually share this platform with the world, right? So whenever I see Edward, I say, thank you, Edward. You really got me to where I am today, because if you didn't give me those words that day, I wouldn't have believed, right? I'm going to touch on belief in a second, right? But then what happened, you know, I got that first paycheck, and, you know, you guys are going to remember when you first withdraw from your trading account, or when you first actually receive your residual income paycheck, you're like, wow. You're like, this thing really works. You know, we got Maurice Senior, he's on the call. I remember when he actually first got paid, we was actually at our office in London, right? And, you know, Maurice is from Trinidad, right? So he gets Caribbean accent. But when he got paid, he came running through the office, right? I was saying, Maurice, don't worry. It's gonna come on time, right? You're gonna get paid. I had to assure him. You know them guys that get upgrade to IB and they're like, it doesn't work, right? And you're assuring them, guys, don't worry, you're gonna get paid, right? Maurice Senior was one of those guys. When he got paid, he came into the office and said, man, the thing working out. The thing actually worked. We got paid at, 6 o'clock on Friday, right? He was so fired up. And I swear I will remember that moment for the rest of my life, because that's the reason why I need to do this, right? That's the reason why I need to do this, because you're not gonna see this much joy on anyone else's face, except from the moment they withdraw from their trading account or they get their first platinum 150 paycheck, right? These are memories that you're gonna be creating for the rest of your life, right? But guess what? How hard are you gonna go to create more memories, right? Are you only just gonna be dwelling on that one memory for the rest of your life, or that one person that you helped? Or are you gonna have thousands of memories that you can be telling your grandchildren until they're, 30 years old, right? Because the memories never get old, right? There's so many stories for you to tell. So how many stories are you actually going out there and creating right now? Right? How many lives are you actually going out there and impacting right now? Okay, that's one thing I really want you to ask yourself, okay? And then, I really said this. I said, cool, with me, when I was new, I wasn't the best at personal enrolling, Now I've really got really good at it due to code recruiting. But with me, literally, I focused on tap routing, guys. And I can't stress the importance of tap routing. I remember just going platinum 2000 alone on tap routing. Due to this, and I only found David was saying this, he's been preaching this a long time, but he says, a customer is not a customer in your business until they have 2 people underneath them, right? But what I simply said, I know how I felt when I went 2 and 3. So why can't everybody in my business experience that? Why can't everybody in my business get paid, right? Because if they get paid, that's going to get me paid, right? If I focus enough on getting everyone what they want, that's eventually going to get me what I want. If I help everyone pay their bills, that's going to pay my bills. So the moment you take the attention from me, to my team, that's when things will start to change. Right? I really learned how to present, and I started to present for every single body in my team, right? I really got good at going through people's networks. I would open your phone, I would say, Charmin, cool. We're gonna play a game, right? It's called a yes-no game. You got 5 seconds to say yes if this person's ambitious, they're sharp, they're hungry, they're influential, they're respectful, right? And we're gonna write their name down. And then we get on the phone, ladies and gentlemen, and we start dialing, right? I would go through her network, and I wouldn't let Charmin leave until she got 10 meetings booked in for the next week. Right? Why do I say 10? Okay, if Charmin's got 10 meetings booked in the next week, it's so much harder for her to leave the business now, right? Because she's already got thoughts of, yeah, I got this guy relying on me for next week, Monday. I got this guy relying on me for Friday, right? I can't leave the business. But if you got your customers that sign up and they just leave and there's nothing booked in the diary, right? Guess what? There's no loyalty there. You may have built a relationship, but there's no loyalty there for them to stay, okay? So I really got good at tap routing, and that's one thing I really want to urge you guys on, right? And then I remember being with Ivan Vangbo, we sat down, and he showed me the chairman blueprint, right? I believe this was around platinum 1000. I was just about to hit platinum 2000, and he showed me the chairman blueprint, right? And I want you guys to write this down. Study the chairman blueprint, okay? Watch this once a week. Some of you guys, you're probably like, where's this chairman blueprint thing? I've never watched it once. Watch it once a week. David and Manite will literally be telling you what to do to go chairman, right? But the fact you're watching it once a week, You're seeking chairman. You're thinking chairman, 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 chairman. You're hearing chairman. All he says is chairman in that video. So what's going to start happening to you? You're going to start attracting chairmans into your business. You're going to start going out there because you know what you're looking for now. You know, when I go cold recruiting, people say, listen, how do you know to cold recruit that guy? He was really good, right? Because you have to be that leader first before you can lead a team. And when you're that leader yourself, guess what? You know what it takes to be a leader, so you can go out there and you can spot a leader, right? You can spot a leader from a mile away. You can say, yep, this guy's got what it takes. Or yep, this lady, she's got what it takes. Right? I can see the energy in her. And if she's got the energy and she looks really coachable and teachable, I know if she comes into this game, she'll take it to a different level, right? So I really started studying the IML blueprint, right? I really started studying the IML blueprint. And one thing I saw was David said, you know, if you really want to go far in this business, you want that list of 120 to 150 names, right? I said, personally, right now, I don't have 120 and I don't have 150 names. What do I need to start doing? I need to start getting out there and I need to start speaking to more people. I need to go to more events. I need to walk a little bit more. You know, there's like a road, and we're from Croydon, right? You know, a lot of you guys know that it takes a passport just to get here from central London, right? But what I would do, I would literally walk down this road from Croydon to Brixton. And I would do this once a day, okay? It's good for clearing your mind. It's good for losing weight. It's good for many other things. But guess what? As I'm walking from Croydon to Brixton, I'm going past Norbury. I'm going past Fulton Heath. I'm going past Streatham. I'm going past all these different areas. So as I'm walking down this road, what am I doing? I'm seeing leaders from Norbury. I'm seeing leaders from Fulton Heath. I'm seeing leaders from Streatham. I'm seeing leaders from all of these different locations. So as I'm going out there, I'm like co-recruiting now. Guess what? I'm going to get their number and I'm going to sit down with them. I'm going to show them the plan. And now I've shown them the plan. Guess what? I've got that leader in Fulton Heath. I've got that leader in Norbury. I've got that leader in Streatham. I've got 3 different locations just from walking down one road. Right? Just from walking down one road. So I'm not saying guys just walk everywhere, but trust me, if you can actually get out there more, right? You want to find a reason to get out there, right? If you're going to get an Uber, go and walk it, right? Or if you're going to get public transport, go and walk it, right? You may have to leave a bit earlier, but trust me, or if you're walking it, if you're out there and you're exposed, guess what? That's free advertisement for yourself. If you're in an Uber, you're not advertising yourself, right? Because there's so many people that you're passing by, but if you're in an Uber, you can't scream out the window. Right? You can't interact with someone, but if you're walking, if you're out there and you're exposed, you can speak to so many more people than you would on public transport or in an Uber, right? So cool. Let me really touch into some things now, right? You know, I really started to focus on the blueprint. And then after that, you know, I really started to develop a really deep relationship with David. And one thing he told me that I'm going to share with every single one of you guys, he said, Montel, if you really want to get to where I am in life, right? If you really want to get to where I am in this business, what I want you to do is study leadership and belief, right? Leadership and belief, okay? Now, guys, leadership is your influence, right? You probably look at a circle, you look at a network of friends, and you say, yeah, that leader is the most influential person. Or that person is the leader because he's got the most influence over all the friends, right? So why is it important to lead? Not if just because you're a leader that you need to be focused on leadership. If you're a customer, you need to be focused on leadership. Right? Because guess what? If your leadership is increasing, so is your influence. So let's say right now you're a customer and you're trying to get your friends into your business, right? You're trying to go to Platinum 150. You're trying to go to 2 and 3, right? But it's just not working. It's because you have no influence over your friends. It's because you have no leadership skills right now. So if you start to work on your leadership, guess what? You're going to start to influence your friends. Your friends are going to say, hold on, Sharman, no, what did you just say? Wow, I really see that development in your life. What are you doing? Right? You know, you're going to start to lead your friends. And guess what? If you can develop your leadership, right, you can lead your friends and you can lead your friends into IML. You can lead your friends into this amazing opportunity because you become more influential. Okay? So I really want you guys to go out there and focus on leadership. And, you know, I'm going to literally drop some lyrics on leadership, right? There's 5 different levels of leadership. And you're never going to be on each level with the same person, right? There's 5 different levels. The first one is positional leadership. Okay, you know, if you're Platinum 150 or if you're Platinum 600 and your team just know you because you're that rank, you're Platinum 150 or Bev is a Platinum 150 and the stage is a Platinum 600 and they follow you just because of that rank. Okay, you know, it's good to be at that position because you're now at a leadership position, but guess what? It's never good to stay there. It's never good to stay there because you can't influence your friends to get to the next level. You can't push your team to go to the next level if they only know you for your rank. Okay, so cool, you're a positional leader, but guess what? Now it's time to get to the next level, right? So the first level is positional leadership. You never want to stay here. The next level is permission, right? This is when people actually give you permission and they say, you know what, Farhan, I'm going to give you permission to follow you, right? I'm going to give you permission to lead me. You know why? Because I know what you've done for me. We've actually got a relationship. You see, that's the difference from position to permission. As a positional leadership, you don't have relationships within your team. So if you're a positional leader right now, I urge every single one of you to actually go out there and just connect with your team, right? What I was doing as I was going through the ranks, every morning, if I'm going to go and have breakfast, I know that I'm going to go and bring 2 of my people from my team that I've never met before as well, right? I'm going to get them in the same environment as me. I'm going to get them, you know, just finding out their favorite color, right? What their parents' names are, what their last names are. Ask yourself this: how many people in your team do you have, and how many of them do you know their favorite color, right? Do you know their favorite color? Do you even know what country they're from? Of course, you can see the last name in the back office, but if you couldn't see the last office, would you even know the last name, right? Do you know their parents' names, right? Do you know their why, okay? Because as a permissional leader, you start to understand these things because you develop that relationship. And once you have that relationship, people say, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to give you permission to lead me, right? I'm going to give you my permission. I'm going to follow you. So if you say, come on, guys, it's time to go platinum 600 now. You're playing around. Guess what? They're going to say, you know what? You're right. Let me actually go. But you can't do that as a positional leader, right? But there's always another level, right? So from permission, the next level is productivity, right? That's the productivity phase. You need to be leading by example. If you're in this call right now and you're saying, yeah, I need the mindset, you need that mindset that you need to be leading by example, right? You need to go out there. You need to be in the trenches. You can't just be that boss. You can't have that boss mentality of, you know, you've probably seen that picture where the boss is just pointing to the workers, right? Or you've seen the other picture where the leader is actually pushing up the workers, right? He's in the trenches with the team. Are you in the trenches with your team right now? Are you leading by example? Are you going cold recruitment with your team? Are you trading with your team, right? Are you really in the trenches with your team, right? Because these things, they're going to build up your productivity. And when people start to follow you on productivity, you know, that's when you're going to start to see all different types of people coming to your business, right? They're going to start following you because they say, you know, if I'm with Charmin, there's a better chance of me having success, right? Because if I just learn what she does, I'm going to get myself, right? So that's why there's some ranks with IML, because it just shows how productive you are, right? And that's going to boost your portfolio with people that want to follow you. So go out there and make sure you smash through these ranks, because guess what? Every rank you get, you're going to meet so many new people that just want to follow you because you're platinum 2000, right? When Shams was platinum 2000, so many more people wanted to follow her. When I was platinum 5000, so many more people wanted to listen to me, right? But I was just saying the same stuff that I was saying before, right? But it's because of that productivity level, right? Then the next level, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but the next level is that personal development level, right? Do you have your team personal development? Do you have your friends around you personal development, right? You know, we're banging on this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Do you even have the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, right? But are you actually giving your friends that book? Are you actually telling your friends the information that you're learning, right? Because now they understand, okay, cool, this person's got that information. This is changing his life or her life. I now need to take that same information that's going to change my life. Guess what? If you're already developing them before they even get into the business, they're going to want to get into the business because they want more development, right? It's like you're teasing them, right? You're saying, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Read this book. They read it. They're like, wow, I've never heard anything like this before. Yeah, guys, you can come and get some more of that through here. That's all we talk about in my network, right? So are you personally developing your friends? But most importantly, are you personally developing your team? Because for your team to get to the next level, they need to be growing, right? You know, everyone on this call, your income is a direct reflection of your personal growth, right? Your income is the direct reflection of your personal growth. Are you doing personal development every single day, right? Every single day is crucial, okay? And guess what? That fifth level is one that, you know, only 3% of leaders actually get to, right? It's not promised, okay? Just because you're in IML doesn't mean that you're going to get to this fifth level. But this fifth level is called that pinnacle leadership. That's that David Amaniti type leadership. That's that Austin Gossi type leadership, right? You know, that's that Matt Rosa, that Jason Brown, that type of leadership. That Christopher Terry type of leadership, okay? Where you've been leading on all 4 levels for a consistent long period of time, over 5 to 10 years, and you've got people that follow you on all levels. People that will follow you on positional leadership because they've just come into your business. But people that follow you on permissional leadership because they've had a conversation with you. But people that follow you on productivity because of the money that you're making. And people that you've personally developed over a certain amount of time. When you do this time and time and time again, you've got that pinnacle type of leadership. And this is the leadership where people follow you because of the person that you are. People respect you because of the person that you are, right? And it doesn't matter what organization you go to, they will follow you. It doesn't matter what country you go to, they will follow you. It doesn't matter where you're doing the convention, they will travel miles just to see you because you got them on that pinnacle leadership, right? So you guys really want to develop that leadership, within you, right? Become that leader within you, and then you can go out there and develop the leaders around you. Because you don't just want a team of customers, you want a team of leaders, right? You want an inner circle of leaders, right? So, you know, as I said, I'm not going to touch too much onto leadership, but that's the first thing, right? Leadership. And you need to time this by faith, right? You know, they say work is dead without faith. So are you actually believing, right? Do you actually believe? Do you see yourself as a chairman, right? Do you see yourself as a six-figure trader? Do you even know what that looks like? Do you know some of the things you'll be wearing? Do you know where you'll be living, right? Do you understand the change of that postcode? Do you know what you're going to do with the money, right? So many times it's like, yeah, I want to make 50,000 a month. What would you do with 50,000 a month, right? Can you tell me right now what you would really do with that 50,000 a month? Because trust me, people are like, oh, yeah, you're right. I don't know what I do with the 50,000 a month. Yes, I know, right? Because I was once there. I didn't know what 10,000 a month or 5,000 a month would do for me. I didn't know. I didn't know what 50,000 a month would do for me. I didn't know what 100,000 a month would do for me. I had to sit down and I had to understand what this money will do for me, because then once I've got the plan and I've got the vision, I know what it's going to do for me and I know where I'm going to be, now I can start working towards the plan, right? Now I can start working towards a plan, right? And you got to understand that you need the small victories that lead to the big one, right? You can't just set that plan or just go and chairman 100 and you're not even calculating how long it's going to really take you to get to the next ranks, right? You need to really set the plan and work it, right? You need to celebrate your small victories until your big victory, right? If you're looking at momentum, you need the small little things on a day-to-day basis that will lead to the big activity, right? The small, many things on a day-to-day basis will lead to the big activity, right? And, you know, I'm not really going to go into too much faith, right? We'll be here till 12 p.m., 12 a.m. I can talk on that topic for days, right? But all you really have to go to understand is that there's two sides to your mind, right? You know, your brain actually has 50,000 thoughts every single day, right? Every single day, 50 to 70,000 thoughts go through your mind every single day, right? But what thought is predominantly popping up in your head, right? What are you thinking about most, right? You understand, wow, there's 50,000, 70,000 thoughts going through my mind. But what am I thinking about most? What am I thinking about? How hungry I am, what I'm going to have for lunch. You know, I know a lot of people think about food. Are you thinking about, you know, this date that you're going to go on? Are you thinking about, you know, this, what are you thinking? Are you thinking about the trade that you're going to place? You're going to think about you retiring your parents? You're going to think about you buying your mom a house? You're going to think about you going chairman? Are these the thoughts that are going through your mind? Because the thought that's going through your mind more time is the fruit that's going to be manifesting in your life more time as well. Okay? What you think about will come about. So what are you really thinking about? What are you really letting come in between your ears? Right? Are you listening to this trap music or Chris Brown? Are you listening to Beyonce? Right? Or are you listening to the guys you should be listening to? Right? Are you listening to the David Aminitis, the Jason Browns, the guys that got the results that you want, the Bob Proctors, right? Because these are the guys you need to be filling your mind with, right? Because now you're going to get the information and you're going to feel invincible, right? The reason why I say this all the time, right? If there's no struggle, there's no process. So don't worry what you're going through right now. If you're struggling right now, fall in love with the process. Because guess what? That struggle is going to build a character within you that you've never had before. And that's what's going to allow you to get to the next level, right? It doesn't matter what you're struggling. The harder the struggle, I embrace it, right? The harder the struggle, I embrace it. The bigger the task, the more the fair, I embrace it. Because I know after that, it's just like trading, right? Once that level of resistance is broken, it creates a new floor, right? It creates a new support, right? Well, you know, with me, for example, I've been up since 3 a.m. this morning, guys, right? And I ran from where I am right now to my old house and back at 5 a.m., right? Done it in the morning. But guess what? I didn't really necessarily think I was even going to do that on the run. But guess what? I wasn't thinking that. That was my resistance, right? That was my ceiling. I broke that ceiling. Now, guess what? That's now my new support. Nothing that happens throughout the rest of the day can make me feel, you can't do that, Montel. You can't, because I'm already above that level of resistance. I'm already above the ceiling. So I know I can do anything I want, right? If I want 20 signups today, I know I'm going to get 20. If I want to catch 100 pips today, I know I'm going to catch 100, right? Because I know that I've just broken that level of resistance. So in a day, how many levels of resistance are you breaking? Have you even broke a level of resistance today? And that's why we say your comfort zone is your broke zone, right? Because that comfort zone that you're in, guess what? That's you just staying below that resistance line. That's you just staying here. You haven't done anything that is out of the blue, right? You just done your normal daily routine, right? You haven't done nothing out of the blue. So your belief system is staying the exact same because you're not feeding your mind anything to believe, right? You're not feeding your mind anything to believe, right? You're not giving your brain any evidence that you're going to have a great day today. You know, you've done this. It's these small mini victories in the mornings, right, that will shape the rest of your life. Let me tell you this, right? If you have a good morning, you're going to have a good day. If you have good days, you're going to have a good week. If you have great weeks, you're going to have a great month. If you have great months, you're going to have a great year. If you have great years, you're going to have great decades. And if you have great decades, you're going to have a great life. It all starts from the morning. Are you having a great morning? What are you doing in the morning? Are you challenging yourself in the morning, right? Are you really doing these things? Are you really doing these things that's going to take to go chairman, right? And the last thing I really want to end on is showing the plan, right? As I said, faith without work is dead. Are you really working, right? Are you really working? If I ask you, how many times did you show the plan yesterday? How many times did you tell me? Put it in the chat box. How many times have you exposed someone yesterday? How many times did you expose someone the day before? And how many times did you expose someone the day before that? All right? How many times did you expose someone today? Right? Because this, again, is going to be in direct proportion of where your business is at right now. Oh, I haven't exposed anybody today, yesterday, the day before. I only exposed one person the day before that. That's why you are where you are, right? You need to be setting opportunities where you're exposing at least 5 recruitable prospects per day, right? I'm going to end on this, right? If you look at a millionaire, your average millionaire has 7 different income streams, right? Your average millionaire has 7 different income streams. Now, the reason why they have 7 different income streams is because these are more opportunities for them to make money, which is making them the millions. For us, we have the same thing when it comes to having a fruitful business, right? How many streams of exposures do you have? How many streams of incomes do you have if you're asking a millionaire? If you're asking an independent business owner, how many streams of exposure do you have? Are you doing that one-on-one meeting? That's one stream. Are you doing a house meeting? That's another stream. Are you doing an online presentation on Zoom? That's another stream. Are you inviting people to events? That's another stream, right? You know, all of these things, they're things, right? Are you using those tools, right? Sending out the link, getting people to watch the link, because these are all ways that you can be exposing people, right? Are you doing group meetings? Okay, are you doing these things? Do you have an office where you're bringing people? Okay, and look at that number. 7 different streams of exposures, right? I've got 7 different streams of exposures, just like I'm gonna have 7 different incomes to be a millionaire. If you have 7 different streams of exposures popping off once a day for you, guess what? You'll be a chairman, right? Just the same way, if you have 7 different incomes popping off for you once a day, you'll be a millionaire. It's the same thing, but it's not gonna just happen like that. It's not just gonna happen once, right? You're not just gonna have 7 different streams of exposure happen once in a day and you're gonna go chairman. You're not gonna get paid once from all your different streams of income once in a day and be a millionaire. Guess what? These things have to be happening consistently over a long period of time, right? If you look at building a large team, it's about having a lot of people doing a little bit consistently over a long period of time, right? So guys, speaking on time, that's my time. I love you guys. If you guys got some value from that, I just want you guys to put some 7s in the chat. I'm super fired up, right? And if I stay fired up, I ain't gonna be sleeping. I'll be up till 3 a.m. in the morning, and you know that ain't too good for health, right? So I'm gonna hand it back to Shams, and she's gonna hand it back to Shay, and we're gonna wrap up this
Wow, guys, people keep putting some 7s in the chat because I can listen to everyone speak for a long time, and that was amazing. From Shay to Montel. Fire on fire. Yeah, I told you guys you ain't ready, right? Okay, cool, Shay. I'm gonna hand it back to you, bro.
Jeez, yo, guys, that right there was fire. Like I've just got notes upon notes. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's notes upon notes upon notes upon notes. I hope every single other person was taking notes as well. But with that being said, there's not much more to say. As Montel said, faith without work is dead, right? It's all about now what we do after this school. Like, what are we doing tomorrow? Like, what's the plan for tomorrow? Are we going to be putting this stuff that we've learned today into execution? So I urge every single person to start grinding out. In fact, if you really want to go the extra mile, message the person who introduced you to IML and say, listen, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. Just for that accountability, just to keep you accountable, just to be like, cool, this is the action that I'm going to take coming from this school to show you that I'm serious. This is what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. This is how many IMO TV sessions I'm going to plug into. This is how many people I'm going to speak to. This is how many presentations I'm going to do. This is how many this, that, whatever it is. This is what I'm going to do tomorrow. So that's the call to action. Let's make it happen. Let's grind. Let's elevate. Shout out Shams and Montel. You guys smashed it. And let's go. I'll see every single person in Dallas as well. It's lit.
Wow.
please.